Hello, and welcome to the second episode of the FullPurple podcast. I am your host, Mr. Purple, and today our special guest is Oss.
Hello.
Hello, Oss. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Oss. I'm from Estonia. I've known Mr. Purple for quite a while. Uh, I think we met on the full off server first. I don't know which ever one of us was there first, but yeah.
Yes.
And now we're both members of the full purple server, I guess.
Yes, indeed. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been doing pretty well.
Ah, yes?
Yeah.
What have you been up to today?
Yeah, nothing much. I mean, I just recently woke up. I'm gonna probably start like studying math or something after this.
Ah, yeah. That's fair enough. I woke up at like 5 a.m. because the dog was scratching the door today.
Okay.
She needed to go out and have a big poo, so I couldn't sleep at night either. I was like, I don't know how long I was awake. I just couldn't sleep. So I've not slept much, but it's fine. Um, but yeah, we are a little bit late to this call, aren't we?
Yeah.
I said we were going to start at 10 o'clock, and it's now 10:37, I believe.
Yeah.
Because we both forgot, but we're here now. So yeah, I suppose we can
Better
get into
late
our...
than never, I guess.
Yes, indeed. I suppose we can get into our questions now, and I don't have many of them, but I think they are reasonably good ones. First one is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, no, not much to it.
There's not
Just
much
a
to it.
guy that likes video games and
So,
talking with got friends on Discord, I guess.
what do you spend your days doing generally?
Uh, like mainly studying. Sometimes I play video games like Hoi 4 or something.
Mm.
Just going out with friends, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And so you're in school,
Yeah.
yes? Can't relate. What's school like in Estonia?
I mean, I wouldn't think it would differ much from other countries, I guess.
Is still the
Just,
same boring, you know? Because I hear that a lot
yeah,
of Nordic countries have very different schools to how we have it in the rest of the world. I don't know if Estonia would be more similar to the Nordic countries or not.
like more like progressively minded school system, you mean, or something like that.
I don't even know what I mean,
Uh,
honestly.
yeah, I don't
Is it
know.
very progressive in Estonia?
I mean, not really.
Ah, that's good.
I mean, I've talked with people from like other parts of the world, and the school experience is just about the same.
Mm.
I guess you can ask Swede if he has any differing opinions
All right then.
when you have him on.
Whenever I have him on, I suppose I'll ask him. Yes. So I suppose that question's a bit dead.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I mean, they've changed it a bit. We can have like we can actually choose like the shit we get now,
Ah, yeah.
which
So
they're
you get to
starting to implement.
choose your lessons. That's one thing that I have heard
Yeah,
is
yeah,
different. Which I think is quite, it's a step forward, but
yeah.
I don't know, I find it quite interesting. So, I don't know much about you, Oss, honestly, even though I've known you for quite a while, I don't know you very well. So, the only handful of things I know about you are that you live in Estonia,
Yeah.
mainly. So, a lot of my questions are just going to be to do with Estonia.
Yeah, sure.
But,
Nothing wrong with that, I guess.
but, if there's anything else you want to talk about, then feel free to interject.
Yeah, sure.
Um, so I'm assuming that Estonia is a relatively interesting country because a lot of countries, like if I'm from the UK, everyone knows more or less, has some idea of the history of the UK. I don't think many people have such an understanding of the history of Estonia. So, if you could tell us a little bit
Well,
about what you know about the history of Estonia, that might be interesting.
well, it's just been a lot of occupation, I guess, mainly.
Mm.
Don't remember quite from the top of my head. At first, it was like the Germans and like the Teutonic Order or the Livonian Order, whatever you call it, and the Danes
The
that
Knights
split up
Templar.
Estonia. Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
because the Knights Templar, um, they came back from the Crusades and I guess settled in Prussia, wasn't it? And then they
Yep.
invaded the Baltic states.
Yeah, yeah. We just learned about it in history. I guess the like past few years. I guess.
Mm.
Um. Yeah, they came back from the Crusades. Then they got justification from the Pope to start like the Northern Crusades,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, they established the Livonian Order,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that controlled like most of Estonia for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Swedes came in, and well, we actually have a saying about the Swedish era. They call it the good old Swedish times. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd assume they were pretty great. They
Mm.
started like schools and shit, so it
Wow.
was quite. It was better than the Germans or
Mm.
the Teutons.
Well,
And
thank you,
after the
Swedes.
Swedes came the Russians. That was not so good.
Ah, yes.
Uh, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. Yeah, they started like industrialization. If you could say that. Yeah, I mean it was good economically, but not for Estonians.
Mm.
Like the market with Saint Petersburg being close by was pretty good economically for like the Baltic German nobles and such who could sell like. There was like a big vodka industry here and livestock and such, and they could sell it to Saint Petersburg, which was pretty great.
Mm.
But yeah, uh, Tsarist Empire collapsed. Estonia declared independence. For the war with the Soviets. I mean, that's not very much talked about. We almost got to Saint Petersburg on our independence war, but then Trotsky himself came to organize the forces or something, if I remember correctly, and they managed to stop our advance. So
Mm.
yeah, we signed like the peace treaty of Tartu. We got our independence for like 20 years, and then the communists came in and ended that.
Mm.
Until 1991, we got our independence again, and well, here we are.
Lovely. So basically, any time that you weren't being controlled by Sweden was miserable.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting. I wonder if it's the same for Finland, because you said that you said before that Finland and Estonia are very similar countries, and Estonia
Well,
has more
yeah.
in common with Finland than it does with Latvia or Lithuania.
Well, culturally, yeah, I would say historically we are quite much closer. We are a lot closer to the Baltic countries,
Really?
especially in the like later Soviet years.
Mm.
We had the whole Baltic Way thing, if you know what that is.
Uh,
Like
all three of the
a
Baltic.
bunch of
Yeah.
yeah, like a bunch of Estonians, Latvians, and Lithuanians. We had like a chain of people holding hands from Tallinn, the capital of Estonia, to Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah,
Wow. That's got to be a world record.
I don't really know. Yeah, probably,
Got to look into
but
that.
maybe not.
That sounds really interesting.
Haven't.
What did you call it?
Yeah, the Baltic Way.
The Baltic.
I think it's called in English.
The
I mean,
Baltic
the direct
Way.
translation from Estonian is like Baltic chain, but I don't think that's what they call it in English.
Okay. I'm gonna Google this in just a second. So, of course, Finland gained independence from the Russian Empire during the Civil War, and the Soviets weren't able to reconquer it because they're
Yeah, but
based Finnish snipers and whatnot.
yeah, the whole Finnish war was a bit of a disgrace on our part because before Estonia lost its independence, we signed like a deal with the communists to. It was like basically an ultimatum, not a deal, but they call it like the Mutual Assistance Pact or whatever, where the Soviets could have military bases in Estonia, but it wasn't a full occupation yet. And the Soviets bombed Finland from our airports, which is quite a sad thing to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah. But anyway, I just googled it. At 7 p.m. on the 23rd of August 1989, approximately 2 million people from Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania joined hands, forming a human chain from Tallinn through Riga to Vilnius, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, spanning 675 kilometers or 420 miles.
Yeah.
Haha, funny weed number. No, but seriously, that's actually impressive. Like, wow.
Yeah, we managed to get our independence like pretty much peacefully. I mean, I don't know about other countries. I think Lithuania had like a clash with Russian forces and protesters, but where like some people died. But in Estonia, it was relatively peaceful. We just had like a lot of singing festivals and peaceful protests, I guess.
Wow, how wholesome.
Yeah.
I did have something else I was going to say about Estonia, but I've forgotten what it was.
Yeah.
I heard that they're going to build a tunnel between Tallinn and Helsinki. Why can't I pronounce it? Helsinki?
Helsinki. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that project. It's been like it's like one of those wonderful projects everyone talks about. Oh, it will be so great, but
it never happens, does it?
Where do we get the money?
Yeah.
I mean, we have like a ferry system that's pretty great between Estonia and between Tallinn and Helsinki. I mean, I don't really see the need for a tunnel. I mean, there has been talk of building it with like Chinese sponsorship or something like a few years ago, but like nothing came of that either.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Another thing about Finland and Estonia that I've heard is that you don't actually, in terms of territorial waters, you could claim most of the water between you, but you actually leave about a 10 nautical mile gap or something between Finnish and Estonian waters so that Russian ships can pass through.
I really don't know about that.
You really don't know?
Not an expert on maritime borders.
Ah, yeah. Well, I've heard that, and it's very interesting to me. And I wonder if that's still the case, or if they're wondering about closing the gap.
I don't know.
It's just something I've been wondering about. Anyway, I suppose we can move on to the next question now, because that's kind of an exhausted topic. What is my next topic? I suppose my next topic is about life in Estonia. Day in the life of Oss is what I was going to talk about. Oh no, have we already been over that? I suppose we've already been over that one.
Yeah, sure.
Next one below that. Actually, one thing that does come to mind, because there's basically two things that I have known about you. The first is that you're Estonian, and the second one is that I believe you're a pagan. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So could you tell us a bit about Estonian paganism, or Baltic paganism?
I mean, the Baltic pagan faiths are like pretty different. I guess the Estonian and Finnish ones are closer together. The Balts have their like own version. I mean, it's your pretty average pagan faith, I guess. I mean, there are like some gods, but like it's a very disorganized religion, to be fair. It's some people choose to like interpret it in different ways. There's not like a really central authority on the things. There's like a couple gods, like a god of thunder, god of the harvest, or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and like the adherents, I guess you would say, believe in like spirits of nature and such. And
Does it derive a lot from Nordic paganism?
uh, I think it is actually like some forms of it are. We have like some of the same gods.
Mm.
I think I don't remember quite exactly. I think some of the gods are like derived from Odin or something.
Okay. So when you say you are a pagan, and I assume you are talking about this Estonian paganism. I don't know if there's
Yeah,
a label for it other than Estonian paganism. Oh, my
I mean,
phone's ringing.
they call it. I think it directly translates to ground faith or something like that.
Yeah,
Or you could call it like earth faith.
Earth faith. So you'd hit
Yeah,
Earth paganism.
something like that, I guess.
Okay. And do you believe in these gods? Like you just mentioned the god of thunder and the god of the harvest and whatnot.
Uh, well, so and so.
Explain.
I mean, like some people accept them, but some do not. I mean, there's like the god Tara. There's like a whole another sect based around him. I mean, it's like a very small religion. I don't remember like the exact numbers that are in it. I mean, my mom was, I think, like the first person that I like learned about it from because
Mm.
she believes in something similar. There's not like a core set of beliefs. I mean, well, normally what I think about when I talk to people about it is like mostly centered about around spirits, like the spirits of your ancestors or like the spirits of nature or something like that.
Mm. So it's not so much about gods, it is about spirits.
Yeah, basically. I
Mm.
mean, there are like people who believe more the side of about the gods. And there are people who care more about the spirits, I guess.
Well, what I'm mostly interested in is what do you believe in personally?
Um, I haven't talked about this in English, so I don't know how to really
You don't know how,
explain this.
because it's only something you explain in Estonian.
Yeah, well, typically I don't talk about religion with like anyone. Well, I don't talk about religion in English typically, but yeah, mostly centered about around spirits, I guess. Yeah, like I believe there are spirits of nature
Mm.
and the spirits of our ancestors that go to like well, there's not a direct translation for it in English, but I guess you could call it like pagan heaven. I don't know,
Right?
like to the other world or something.
Mm.
I don't know how it would translate.
Call it pagan heaven.
And
That's fine.
pagan heaven, yeah, and the spirits of nature are all around us, and we should respect them,
Mm.
and we should respect the spirits of our ancestors. I mean,
So when you say the spirits
it's
of nature, is there something? Is that something specific? As in, like there might be a given tree or a given forest has a spirit, or a given a river has a spirit, or is it much more of a general? There is one spirit of nature, and that is the spirit of nature.
no, no, uh,
You don't know.
yeah,
All
like
right then. Might be too theological of a question for you. So when you say you said that your mum most of what you kind of know about it you just comes from your mum talking about it, isn't that?
yeah,
Yeah. So do you kind of just derive this because yeah, I assume your mum believes in this Estonian paganism.
yeah, basically.
Does your dad believe in it?
Yeah, well, that's a difficult situation, I guess.
Ah,
Uh, I don't really know what he believes in.
all right.
I mean, they are living apart, so
Ah,
I see my mother much more than I see my father.
I see. All right then.
So,
I won't press on
yeah.
that. Um, so you say that, yeah, you've kind of given me the impression that this Estonian paganism is kind of a thing in Estonia that a lot of people adhere to, but I don't know. A lot of Eastern European countries, like Poland, for example, is one of the most religious countries in the world, whereas the Czech Republic is one of the least religious. So there's a lot of religious diversity, whereas some nations are very religious and some nations are very irreligious. Where does Estonia stand on that?
I think we're more similar to Czechia than to Poland, I guess. There's a lot of people who don't believe in any religion.
Hmm.
I just read the national census results, and like the amount of people that don't believe in anything has grown. So yeah, pretty irreligious, I guess.
I see. So it's interesting that paganism is kind of making a comeback. Do you think
Yeah.
paganism will, in the long term, make more of a comeback in Europe and around the world?
Uh, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, sure, in countries where like Christian or Abrahamic faiths aren't very established, there's a larger chance for that. But I mean, a lot of the pagans are just right now. I mean, in America or Western Europe, it's
They aren't actually very devout.
yeah, like crystals and
Yeah.
witch rituals or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So I think it's
like this.
very loose in the West, whereas it's not as much
Yeah,
of a concrete or a deeply rooted adherence to something. It's more just aesthetics.
yeah, basically.
Yes. Well, I'd agree with that assessment. I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah. Moving on more broadly, would you say you have a general philosophical outlook on life or how you approach life?
Yeah,
You do. You do.
I guess.
Could you describe it?
Um, I mean, it's. I will have to think about how to say this in English, but like not caring too much about anything that isn't really important.
Hmm. So it's not. So when you say not caring about anything, you don't mean in an apathetic way, do you?
Yeah, not like that, but
You mean in more of a Yeah, it's hard. It is hard to put it in English, isn't it?
yeah,
Is it somewhat well, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say Taoist, but optimistic. I forget what you call it. There is a word for it, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But I do kind of know what you're talking about. The not caring about and just not worrying about things.
yeah, basically.
Do you believe there is an absolute morality?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I basically mean, do you believe that there is an absolute moral authority that should not be defied or has authority over all morality everywhere? Or do you believe that either there is no objective morality or that, you know, different gods have different moralities and it's all very decentralized?
God, my Estonian brain is not understanding this very. To be quite honest with you,
All right. I don't know how to explain it any simpler than that, so I suppose I'll
like
stop.
that there's one morality that is correct, and anyone who thinks differently is like wrong or something. Or
Yeah, that's what it means to have objective morality.
Okay. Yeah, I not talked about people about this topic, so I really don't.
So I take it you're not actually that philosophical.
Well,
Not that philosophical.
yeah, not in
Like
that sense,
in
I
this
guess.
regard. But yeah, I get the impression that you do think about these things in kind of Estonian language, and you just don't really apply them.
Yeah, I
Properly.
can't really express this like harder topics on in English, I guess.
I see.
Well,
I suppose I'll have to move on to a slightly lighter topic. In the past, you've described yourself as a radical ossist.
yeah,
Would you
I
describe the
have.
tenets of ossism?
Well, one time I talked about a friend, and he told me, "You're like." I told him I'm a radical ossist because I didn't want to explain my like political beliefs, and that's where that came from.
Mm,
Uh, so yeah, everything that's good is radical ossist, and everything that's bad is not radical ossist.
that's very
Basically,
interesting.
it was like a meme, I think. But yeah, if you want to like, if you want me to talk about like my political beliefs, I can do that, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't go there because the purple cast is meant to be politically neutral.
Well, yeah, there aren't any like core tenants, I guess.
It's just funny. It's just a meme, isn't
It's just funny, yeah.
it? Oh man. Well, that's fine. It's just, meme ideologies are the best ideologies. I will stick by this belief of mine.
True.
So radical ossism is quite based. I support radical ossism.
That's great to hear.
That is also my last question. I have run out of questions.
Okay. Well,
So if there's anything you want to talk about, now would be the perfect time.
I mean, I don't really have anything, I guess. Like,
Hmm. Well, that's a bit of a problem because this podcast is
yeah,
meant to be entertaining. Well,
yeah.
we haven't. We are at least making it to episode 2. I'm not sure how long. It will
Well, yeah.
last,
I
but
mean,
hopefully it will last. Yeah, a little bit longer than episode 1.
1,000 years of the purple cast.
Don't know if I'd like to do that, but I don't think the FullPurple podcast server is going to be that big. I don't think we're going to have 12,000 members.
Oh God.
I think we'll stick with about 12 members, or however many we have. I don't know exactly how many people.
Yeah, I think it is around 12, I guess.
It is around 12, isn't it? Yeah, it's literally around 12.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
But yes,
Yes.
yeah, I'm sorry that this podcast was a bit off schedule. I don't have many questions planned. Yeah, my day has been a bit reshuffled due to some changes in my schedule. So I don't actually, yeah, I wasn't really conscious of it. I was thinking, I changed it. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking at all, to be honest.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, who's the like next guy you're gonna have on? Is it like Swede?
I believe Swede was next, yes, because I had Fox.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then
Had the numbers.
Oss, and then so Swede would be Swede will be after you.
Yeah.
What do you think I should say to Swede? Do you think I should? I don't know.
I don't know. Ask him what ideology he is. He switches it every week.
Oh yes, post the spinny gif. That'd be quite funny.
Yeah. Just have the like entire podcast background be the wheel GIF or GIF, however you say it.
The funny, yeah.
Have you planned on doing like a group thing, or do you just plan on doing this one-on-one like podcasts for a while?
Well,
I just thought
it is
about having like
possible that one
multiple
day,
people on.
if we can get everyone together in one call, that might be interesting as kind of a one-time thing. But I don't think it's going to be anything that happens regularly, just because of how difficult it is to, organize everyone. But
Yeah.
these one-on-one,
God.
I think I'm quite happy with this one-on-one format and this idea. I think it's going to be much more effective, and it's going to allow me to upload these podcasts more regularly, even though I don't have any regularity to it at all at the moment. I mean, the podcast is meant to be once a month, and we're on track for that. So
Yeah, and it will be quite difficult to organize a lot of people. I mean, with different time zone, and
yeah,
someone's bound to like forget about it.
mm. Yeah. I mean, this podcast is mostly just a meme, but it is also quite I quite like it so far. I think it's quite constructive.
Yeah.
So later
Yeah.
today, I'm going to give a lecture to my family, to my mother and my brother, about nuclear war and how to survive it. And I've been planning this for a few days.
Yeah. What are you gonna talk about? Like get in a fridge or whatever the like most.
Get in a fridge. Oh no.
That's like a Fallout meme or something. I think.
Yeah, I think that's like from. Is it Indiana Jones? I think it's Indiana Jones.
I don't remember.
Or something where like, there's a nuclear weapon about to go off, and then he gets in a fridge, and then the whole house around him and everything just gets completely destroyed, but the fridge is fine for some reason.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
remember now.
I don't think that would work. But
Yeah.
I'll be going over.
Wasn't this?
I'll be going over a little bit of nuclear physics,
Oh,
how a nuclear weapon works, how many there are.
physicist purple.
Physicist Purple, Mr. Purple, the professor.
Just one day an article is gonna show up in the news and like, guy in Wales makes nuclear reactor for himself to cope with electricity prices or something.
Honestly, I would love to do that.
That would be a great idea,
It would
actually.
be possible, that who was that Boy Scout who like made a nuclear reactor in his
Yeah, I
shed?
think I heard about that.
Yeah, like he got like I think plutonium or whatever or uranium from smoke detectors.
Yeah,
So I just,
probably.
if what I could do is I could order loads and loads of smoke detectors and take them apart, and things like smoke detectors, old clocks with uranium on them, that glow in the dark hands. You can get little bits of uranium that way, and other materials, and theoretically with enough money you could build a nuclear reactor at home, but you'd need so much money that it would be more efficient to just have a company that builds nuclear reactors and do that.
Yeah, I mean, having your own personal nuclear reactor would be pretty cool, though.
I imagine you can do it if you're rich enough legally, but I mean that wouldn't be as fun, would it?
Yeah, what's the fun if everyone knows about it?
Yeah, indeed. Though of course, more fun would be to just build a nuclear bomb instead.
Oh, of course.
Of course, I thought about doing that as well, but I don't think that's going to be. Well, it's kind of shocking how simple a nuclear device actually is.
Is it?
It's actually very simple, but it's like the actual mechanics of it are what's complicated. Yeah, but the concept is very simple.
Yeah, not an expert on physics myself, but
Nah.
I mean, it would be great to have your own nuke, the greatest deterrent.
Mm.
Someone breaks into your house, you just blow the whole city up.
That would be quite the deterrent.
Right?
It's only a deterrent if they know that you have it.
Yeah, I'll just put up a sign. Police, have the police knocking on my door. Why do you have a sign that...
I mean, the police won't raid you because you'll blow up the whole city if they do. mad, wouldn't it? Hmm. Yes, I think it'll be quite. I'm quite looking forward to the lecture. I think it'll be quite fun.
Like talk about how to survive like a nuclear war or something.
Yes. Yeah, here in Wales, we're actually quite perfectly positioned to survive a nuclear war because it's very rural. I don't know how well you're positioned in Estonia, or whether it would be
Well,
similar, or yeah.
ah, I really don't think we're pretty well off. I mean, St. Petersburg is like right across the border.
Yes,
Well,
but
not right
yeah,
across,
if St.
but you get what
Petersburg
I mean.
was nuked, it wouldn't destroy Estonia.
Well, yeah, there'll still be like radiation, I guess.
There'd be some fallout, but yeah,
Yeah,
I imagine you could survive if you were fairly what would the word be? Adaptable, I
fairly distant
suppose.
or something. Or
Yeah, adaptable or
yeah,
like
yeah.
survivable if you were sensible. There is a better word for it, but I've completely forgotten it.
Yeah. I mean, there aren't any like big targets here, so yeah, I
Yeah, I
would guess
mean,
so.
if a country wanted to use nuclear weapons, they'd use it against a more powerful country than Estonia. So I don't think
Yeah,
Estonia would be likely to be nuked. But you are a NATO member, and other such things, so you do have some risks. But generally,
yeah,
yeah, I think you'll be all right, honestly. And
yeah,
I am
probably.
the professor,
He's the professor, the messiah,
the Messiah, the prophet,
the prophet
the
himself.
schizo, the cogpoke. I go by many titles. Acting Lord Master of the Dominion of Australia.
Glory to Mr. Purple, first of his name.
Mm. Also, I was just come up with a question in my head. Does Oss actually mean something?
Yeah, it's like a shortening of my IRL name.
Ah, really? So it's kind of like Thebe.
Kind of like what?
Sebe, his name, Sebe, is actually just a shortening of his real life name.
Yeah,
So Oss is actually a
you could
shortening of
say
your
that.
name. That's
Yep.
quite interesting. I'm not going to ask you to share your name, but
Yeah.
that is quite interesting.
I mean, I've said it before. You can probably find it,
Probably can, but yeah, I'm not going to ask you to share it.
but yeah,
I'll
that's
keep it to
not on
myself.
the podcast, please.
Yeah, nah, that would be a bit, too much. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite interesting. It's something I've often wondered about, and also the Ossarium bit. Like, I find it quite
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean,
Fox has become
me and
Foxarium, so you've become Ossarium.
yeah, I
So
just
why
got
don't
it off of him. We
you
got
just
banned
copied
at
him?
the same time,
Oh wow,
so I just said, and he just called himself Foxarium. So I just thought, well, I will call myself Ossarium.
you copied him.
Yeah, exactly.
Base.
Yep.
Just copy Fox.
I
So
mean, there is a saying or something like, imitation is the purest form of flattery or whatever.
we're only about like 35, 45 maybe minutes into the podcast.
God,
It's supposed to be an hour long. I don't really
I
have.
mean,
I can't think of many good subjects to come up with for these podcasts. Like things that actually maintain a conversation for an hour.
I mean,
For the simple reason that well, all the people in FullPurple are very different, and I often don't know very much about them. And one thing that everyone's interested in, I think everyone's interested in like religion and politics, and there's only so much I can ask,
yeah.
so I'm a bit lost sometimes.
I mean, what did you talk about with Fox?
What did I talk about? I talked
Like,
about A little bit about food. I talked about Italy. I talked about urban life versus rural life because he's a filthy urbanite.
Yeah, I am too, sadly.
You are too. Oh no. Ah. Well, maybe you wouldn't have the best odds of surviving nuclear war then.
Yeah,
It depends on
I mean,
how
I'd
urban you
let.
are. I mean, if you live on the outskirts of a city, it's much different. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, all the cities here are pretty small, so
that too.
yeah. But yeah, I would like to live in like a more rural area, I guess.
Hmm.
Be a lot more peaceful.
But yeah, it is a lot
Here I
more
can hear
peaceful.
like
There's a,
cars racing down the street or whatever. It's
I mean,
kind of annoying
that's
sometimes.
actually a thing that happens here occasionally because there are like racing events that go on in Wales. I don't know if you know about that, but Wales is actually kind of a thing. Like, there's lots of racing that goes on there. So I think one night after most nights it's reasonably peaceful, but then there's just one night after the year where all the roads are closed and then these race cars just come flying through. And I don't know if they go straight past my house, but they go past.
Yeah, I mean, here too, there are like streets where there's I wouldn't call them hooligans, but yeah, they get their like cars and they race each other when the police aren't watching.
Yeah, they're like
It's
casual
not
street
like
races.
yeah, casual street
I'm
races. I
talking like
mean,
more
that
of a
can be hard
professional event.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, we have like professional races too, but I mean, Estonians are poor. Who the fuck's gonna pay to like get
Get
on a
like
racetrack?
get like
It's
a
just easier to find like a
expensive
secluded
car.
road and
Mm.
go down that.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, the police has problems with them sometimes. I mean, mainly it's in the summer when the roads aren't like snowy.
Mm. Yeah, I wouldn't want to race during that weather.
The snow is quite annoying though. Sometimes you can't get up like a hill because there's too much snow and you have to push the car up. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have much snow in Britain,
Yeah, I think the last
I would assume.
I think winter 2020 or 2021 was when it last snowed.
Um,
Nah, yeah, I think so. No, I think it would have been winter 2020. I remember there being snow there, and I took some photos of it, and it did look quite lovely. It was quite a nice
yeah,
time
I
to
would
enjoy it.
assume it looks pretty great in like a rural area. I can't pronounce the word for some reason.
Rural.
But yeah, in the cities it just turns to like a brown mush,
Mm.
which is not very great to look at.
Yeah.
Kind of depressing, to be fair.
Ah, dear. Yeah, but I just walked through my field and took loads of photos of it, and there wasn't enough
Mr.
like
Purple's
real.
fiefdom, the purple
Yes,
estate.
the Duchy of Purple Stan or something. I don't know, something like that. But it's like I literally just walked across my farm in a field and took photos of the snow. And it wasn't enough snow to like build a snowman or something, but it was enough to be pretty.
Like a lot.
Yeah, in fact, I wonder if I can actually find some of those photos because I'm going to show them to you if I can. I believe they're from winter 2020.
Yeah. And yeah, here it snows a lot, and it's like quite a problem when the city like doesn't clean enough of it, and everyone gets stuck.
Does it snow during the summer or only during the winter?
Yeah, only during the winter.
Yeah.
But yeah, the city like government isn't really very good at cleaning it up.
Mm. Yeah, I found those pictures. Here's a few of them. It's going to take a while to upload because I have the fastest internet in Wales. How's the internet in Estonia?
Glorious
Like,
Welsh internet.
glorious Welsh internet. How's Estonian internet? Is that any better?
I mean, it's pretty fast, I guess, but like internet service providers are like pretty shit.
Yeah.
They overcharge a lot, and yeah, there was just news about like something like one of the like executives said that Estonians don't want faster internet or something like that, and that caused quite an uproar.
Oh my days.
Like
Estonians
subpar speeds
don't
for
want
like
Who
quite
doesn't want
a
faster
high
internet?
price.
Honestly.
I mean, we have quite yeah, something like that. I mean, we have like a lot of service providers, but like the price isn't really much different around them.
Yeah, here in the UK, we mostly just
They
have
only start
UK.
offering you discounts when you like start leaving their company for another provider.
Yeah. I mean, I can see why they do that. Hopefully soon my internet will actually be improved because they might be working on it, but I don't know yet. Oh shit, is my internet disconnected? Hello? Hello? Yeah, do you see what I mean by like
The Welsh internet.
yeah,
Yeah.
Welsh internet?
Oh yeah, I got the photos.
Yeah, indeed. It's because I was trying to send the photos that the internet just died. But yeah, we are now live again. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean it looks quite great.
It
But
doesn't.
yeah, I mean we have like a lot more snow here.
Yeah, I mean the last time this happened was winter 2020.
Yeah, I mean you are more south than us, I think,
Yeah,
if I'm correct with that.
I believe we are a little bit further south, but mostly we're just further west.
Yeah, you have more sea around you,
Yeah, we have
more of
more
a
sea, more warm water from
maritime
the
climate.
from the Gulf Stream.
Yeah,
But it's said that if the Gulf Stream collapses, which it might do, then we're no longer going to get all this warm water, and we're going to become much colder. So maybe
yeah, I
Wales will
heard
be like
about that.
Estonia.
Yeah, and Estonia will be like Siberia or something.
Hope not, but yeah, I mean, I think Estonia will more or less stay the same. It might get a little bit colder actually, but I think Eastern Europe is basically just Western Europe is going to get as cold as Eastern Europe.
Yeah, probably.
Which
We
would be
typically have
interesting.
like
Mind
yeah,
you, it has been getting hotter instead of colder recently, which is strange. I don't know why that's happened.
yeah. I mean, I think the forecast said something like it's gonna be a warmer winter than usual.
Hmm. Which I mean, this winter that's a good thing, but generally I quite like the winter.
Yeah, same. As long as it's like not in the city center, I guess. I mean, it's nice that it's cold and it's all white, but then when it just turns into a depressing mush where everything's wet or icy, then it's just kind of annoying. Just urbanite things.
Yeah, overnight business. Just
The city dweller struggles, you know.
least depressing urbanite living. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't live in the city center, so it's like finer here, but
If you have a any underground part of your house, like a basement or a cellar or something, that can quite easily be turned into a nuclear bunker.
yeah, I mean, I live in an apartment, so
Ah,
yeah.
an apartment. That's more challenging.
Yeah,
It was especially if it's like a tall apartment, close to the city centre. Because ideally you want to get underground. Although, a tall building, if it's far enough away from the blast, is actually a pretty good bunker. But it's not,
it's not ideal, yeah.
it depends where the bomb detonates.
Yeah,
But, in any case, I wish you the best of luck. But,
well,
yeah.
thank you.
But
Same
move to
to you.
move to Wales or move to rural areas.
Yeah, I shall become a sheep shepherd with you.
Yes, yes, we have lots of sheep here in Wales. You see that snow is actually not snow; it's actually just lots of very tiny sheep.
Glorious Mr. Purplian microscopic
Microscopic
sheep
sheep.
technology.
Yes, invented by yours truly.
Glorious. You'd have to take care not to step on them.
Yeah.
Do you actually have like any sheep yourself, or does your family have like a farm or something, or
Well, we
not?
have we have a farm. We don't usually have sheep on it.
Just like crops or something, or do you like grow anything?
Well, we're moving towards that direction. Mostly at the moment, it's just cows on the land because we don't actually manage to farm ourselves.
Um,
But yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into that. But yeah, our farm is pretty cool. It's moving
yeah,
forwards.
they are.
Things are happening. I'll be very vague, but things are happening and things are moving forwards in a positive direction. And
You don't want to dox yourself.
it'll only become more based with time. My farm will in 10 years' time, everyone will know what my farm is. I'm sure.
Just gonna go in the store and to see like butter straight from Purple Farms
Yes.
or something.
Yes, you're gonna see butter straight from Purple Farm. That's exactly what you're gonna see in the supermarkets in Estonia.
Glorious Estonian show. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll look forward to that, I guess.
Mm. Yeah, butter is pretty good, isn't it?
Indeed.
Mm. A lot of people say that butter is unhealthy, but I don't believe that's true. I think the fats and the other all the stuff that goes into butter is actually quite healthy if you eat it properly.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's like more natural than whatever like shit they sell at the supermarket.
Yeah, indeed. Especially like raw butter if you make it with raw milk and whatnot,
Yeah, yeah,
which is what I'm planning to do.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. And they'll have infinite supply of butter. I mean, it's and raw milk as well. It'd just be incredible.
Indeed, the dream life.
Dream life, indeed. Yeah, I put butter in my porridge.
Uh, what's pork?
You don't know what porridge is? I have to find
Wait,
it.
let me Google it.
Yeah, Google it. I think they call it something
Uh,
else in America. They don't call it porridge in America. They call it like oatmeal or I don't know, something like that.
yeah.
But I
Oh
put
yeah,
butter.
yeah, yeah. I
I
get
make
what you
porridge.
mean.
I make a bowl of porridge
Yeah, we eat
every
it
morning.
like a jam here,
Oh yeah, you
typically.
eat it with jam.
I Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I eat
Then
it
I
with
get what you mean.
honey, and usually I also sprinkle some cinnamon on it.
Yeah, they add
Good
cinnamon here too sometimes, but mostly it's like
jam.
porridge with jam.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I've seen people put butter on it too.
yeah, because it is like it's a little bit like bread. It's oats. It's like carbs,
Yeah,
but it's you can kind of treat it like bread. You just put butter and jam on it and eat it like that. I've never really
yeah.
had it with jam very much, but it does sound quite nice.
I mean, that's what Estonians typically do, I guess. I mean, jam is like quite a big part of our food.
Is it?
Like get berries in the summer and make it the jam so you can eat it in the winter.
Mm, lovely.
Yeah, it is quite nice.
It,
We make everything into jam, like rhubarb, apricots, like apples,
wow.
any kind of berries.
Sounds like you could make a lot of money if you just had a farm in Estonia and you made lots of jam. You could sell that jam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is quite great. I mean, the jam they sell at like the supermarket is pretty bad.
Market it as Estonian
It's like
jam and just like sell
full of
it
sugar.
internationally.
Glorious Estonian jam.
Gloria's Estonian jam shall take over the whole world.
Indeed.
I would eat Estonian jam with Purple's Farm butter.
Truly a glorious combination.
Truly a glorious combination. I think we have found a very harmonious union here. I think this is
Indeed.
This is a match made in heaven.
Quite a lucrative one.
Yes, indeed. Oh man, that would be impressive, wouldn't it?
True.
Yes.
I mean, I think we used to have a farm, but like the communists like nationalized it or something.
Ah, nah.
Yeah, like my family used to have one.
Communists.
I think. I might be just bullshitting here.
Yeah, well, yeah, my family's had my farm for like only a few generations. It's not that old. So, it's never too late to start. Just buy some land, get a family going, and pass it on to your children. That's pretty based.
That's pretty great.
Mm.
But yeah, no money. Poor East European moment here.
Yeah, it's poor. It's just, yeah.
Poor your urbanite.
I say this as if I'm not poor. But yeah, it's quite funny. This is
Yeah, it would be great to have like your own vegetable garden and like berries and chickens for eggs and such and so on.
We have chickens, but they don't lay that many eggs at the moment. So yeah, we're thinking about what to do about that. But it's said that chicken is actually like poor man's meat, and I can see why. Because chickens are so like cheap.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, you can literally just have a chicken and give it like a perch up high somewhere and a place to lay eggs. And ideally, enclose it, obviously, in like a chicken coop. Chickens are very cheap to just have, and you get eggs from them, and if you don't get eggs from them, you can eat them. And, they'll provide you with food one way or another. Chickens are a good investment.
Yeah. I'd like to have my own like farm someday, I guess.
Well, good luck to you in that.
Yeah.
I support everyone having a farm.
Some. Yeah. The FullPurple farm.
FullPurple farm.
I make jam, you make butter. Fox can grow like grain or something.
Just invite you to my farm. My farm becomes like 10 times bigger. Invite everyone to my farm. Become the FullPurple farm.
FullPurple commune.
It won't be a commune. What are you talking about? It's going to be a feudal fief.
Glory to Lord, purple.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be based. Wouldn't it just?
It would be.
Real. Yeah, the podcast, unbelievably, it's actually gone on an hour now.
Talk about whatever for half an hour.
We can literally just talk about
Farm.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what it was to get the conversation going. I'll make a note of that.
It's a farming podcast now.
It is literally a farming podcast. I've been talking about the farm like so much because everyone wants a farm. It's like the ideal way to live. And I have one. And so far,
yes, I envy
0 out of 2 guests have had one.
Real.
Quite
a sad statistic.
Has one.
Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe, yeah, I'll just invite all 3 of you to my farm. You can live in like a shed or something.
Be great, glorious.
I don't know, mate. Anyway, yes. I believe this is going to conclude the Full Purple podcast, episode 2, unless you have anything else to say.
Not really.
But this has been quite a pleasure, Ross. Yeah, it's been interesting to hear about you, and yeah, some of my questions weren't very good, but you know, we got a good conversation going in the end. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say it went pretty well.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't very good at like describing my religious or like philosophical beliefs in English.
Nah, it's all right. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, great. So yeah, I'm gonna end the call, end the recording.
Yeah.
And
It's been an honor.
I don't even remember if we have an outro for Full Purple. So bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.